Cricket, how are you?
Good.
I'm Cricket Lane, Senior Associate Athletics Director, work in Student Athlete Development.
Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea Thorpe. I am a right side hitter on the volleyball team and I'm currently a junior.
Nice. So let's talk a little bit about Black History.
Yes. Woo.
So this year the theme has been on Black Americans and the workforce, and looking at how we have encompassed a lot of things, whether it be free labor, not by our choice,
Right.
or work, volunteer, activism. Have you seen that like play out in community?
Yeah, I think just the resilience that Black people have had to face over the years, and we've just persevered, and through that we've built so much community like within each other. And I think that's just why the Black culture is so strong. Like we've had so much like put against us, so like we had to like make our own. And I think that's just awesome, and that's why we can celebrate it in Black History Month.
Nice. So do you think, like when I think about Black History Month, I think, well, we should be celebrating, if we're American history, we should be celebrating all the time. But it's nice to have a focus one month that we're going to talk about Black history, and we're going to talk about all the people, all the things, and hopefully that would carry over to more months where people would want to learn more about Black history.
I agree. And I think it just also gives people the opportunity to be curious, because I feel like it's not talked about so often. So like when it is like talked about and it's like out in the public and it's on social media, like people are gonna ask and wonder like, like who is this person that this person just posted about? Or it just reminds you of the Black voices and the Black people that have had such a big impact on America.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about being a Black student athlete in a sport that probably doesn't have a lot of Black players. So how has that been for you?
I feel like it's just exposed me to a lot of different people and cultures that I probably wouldn't have been exposed to if I weren't playing volleyball. And I think it's just a really good opportunity to kind of understand how I would work like after sports, after college, like working in a workplace, in an office, in corporate America, like that would prepare me to do that. And I think it's just been awesome to work with all different kinds of people, because I feel like if I didn't play volleyball, I'd be kind of sheltered. So it's been nice to just work with different coaches, work with different teammates, and
learn about different people's personalities. Yes.
So Cricket, why is Carolina athletics so important to you, and how did you like get here, and how has it been impacted to you by being a Black woman?
Great question. Everybody who knows me knows I love our student athletes. Like that's what, that's what brings me here. And I just love seeing people grow and be curious, like you said, and ask questions and get that aha moment. And I think that we've tried to do a really good job of connecting all of our student athletes. That's what makes it so great for me. Now, I think being a Black woman in athletics is, pros and cons. It's that intersectionality. So we're not only talking about being a person of color, but also a female. So you have to be able to negotiate those things. And sometimes, it's difficult. Like you sometimes feel like you're pushing that uphill, but there's some really good rewards. You're making an impact. It can be amazing.
And I will just personally say, since I've been here this year, you've had such a big impact on my life as a student athlete and like outside of that. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And what advice would you give to someone like me or other Black student athletes to be successful like you've been?
Yes, thank you. Really being curious about other people, because you're always going to be in situations that are different, that, we get comfortable where we are, but we're not always going to be in those situations. So kind of expanding your horizons a little bit. And I think we try to do that a lot for you all here, so that when you get out there, it's not such a shock, but we want to push you a little bit more. I think a lot of our student athletes are using their platforms, and I think that's helpful, especially when you're using it to educate other people How do you think people can take advantage of all the things that Black History Month has to offer?
Well, one way that I learned was through my mom. She's actually a Black History teacher.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. You have no excuses.
Exactly. So I would always like go into work with her and like see like all these just Black faces on her boards, and she would talk about them, and she just always educate me and my siblings. So that was awesome. Well, Cricket, it was so nice to talk about Black History Month and just continue to get to know you better. I mean, I think it's just been awesome, the impact that you've had on so many people, including me, so I'm excited.
Well, again, I love talking to our student athletes, and it's really nice when you can talk about other stuff, talk about this, and you know, what we can do to impact other people. So I want to thank you for taking the time to sit here with me and laugh and giggle a little bit. It's been fun.
Thank you.